Coming to you live from Shield Pizzeria in Southfield, Michigan. Welcome everybody to the first live football coaches show, the LTU coaches show. As you are absorbing this, we have really just one thing to say. I'm Lauren Plant. This is Coach Jeff Duvendeck of Lawrence Tech. How about them Blue Devils, huh? Give it up! Put your hands together. Thank you very much. Welcome everybody. 53-14 was the score in the first historic football game ever played in Southfield, Michigan. The first football game in 72 years by Lawrence Tech. This is the man who orchestrated the team, put together the recipe that was a disaster for Oakland U. And I have to say, for those who watched our podcast last week, you will know that I predicted a rout. And I just want to know this. If you had actually played the fourth quarter, what would the final score have been? Lean in, boy.
I don't make predictions, so
Okay.
I'll leave that to you.
All right.
I think you actually guaranteed a route, didn't you?
I think the boys who are here tonight would probably say that you guys had at least another 14 points in you. Am I right? I think we would have hit 72 since 72, if you know what I'm saying. 72 points since you haven't played in 72 years. I would have liked to have seen that. Maybe we can shoot for that at some point later in the season.
We can give it a go.
Because I think if those of you who were at the game, and we had a capacity crowd of 3,872 experiencing the first Blue Devil madness that took place at 10 Mile and Northwestern, otherwise known as The Point. I think those would say that LTU football has gotten off to a great start, and we are looking forward to not just a great season, which is kind of like the red shirt season, if you'd like to classify it as that, but we are going to be looking forward to an above 500 record. That's where I'm throwing it out there right now. All right?
Another guarantee?
I'm making another guarantee. I'm feeling really good. All right, so here's what we got going on, guys. Once again, we are live at Shields Pizza. We're going to have this podcast all season long. So every Tuesday night at around 7 o'clock, we're going to get started. There are food specials, $5 buffalo or barbecue wings. You get a 10-piece. $7 small pizza with one topping, $6 off any large pizza, $2 off any appetizer. There's drink specials. If you are of age, you can come and enjoy those. Or you can have a Diet Coke. It's all good, however you want to quench your thirst. We have got a packed house here right now, but of course, this is for the LTU community. So if you are a student, if you are alumni, if you are just a football enthusiast, we invite you to come, join us, spend some time, get to know Coach Duvendeck. Players are here, and we're going to have a great time all season long. So speaking of players, because some of these guys actually have school responsibilities and have to prepare for practice tonight. Coach can't give them any time off. They have practice tonight at 9 o'clock at the Point. We are going to bring over our first guest, the quarterback, Tyler Colca, who had an amazing game, 14 of 20, 257 yards, 4 touchdowns, 1 rushing touchdown. Welcome, Tyler, to the podcast. How you doing, man?
Good. How are you?
All right. So, for those who do not know much about Tyler, he is a local boy. Played his high school football at Chippewa Valley, and he has basically not played football, competitive football, for 4 years. He hadn't taken a snap for 4 years. Getting the opportunity to do that, first off, when you actually went out on the field and you were in the huddle for the first time, just kind of describe your emotions at that moment.
For me, it was like a culminating thing. You know, put in a lot of work to get to this. It was my dream to always play college football. So, you know, getting out there was kind of like coming, you know, full circle. I did what I set out to do. Now I just got to keep doing more.
Yeah.
You know?
So, what did you see in Tyler that encouraged you to recruit him?
through the recruitment process, we liked his, watching his high school film, liked his arm, liked his mobility, liked his decision making. Another thing that we liked was he had 2 years experience or maturity on the rest of our freshmen. So, we were recruiting all high school seniors.
Right.
We didn't want anybody with college experience. We wanted to start fresh.
Yeah.
And Tyler took a 2-year Mormon mission, so he had 2 years from graduating from high school and was still a freshman. So that was another thing that stood out to us.
Yeah, for those of you who don't know, Tyler's 35. And he still
21.
got his eligibility. So yeah, exactly. He just looks young. So, no. We'll talk about, particularly Tyler, the offense and what your game plan was going in. You didn't know much about Oakland. Didn't have much tape that you guys could really look at. So talk about what the game plan is, and then, how you felt you guys gelled as a unit.
Well, the game didn't surprise me at all. I have faith in my receivers to make plays, and I have faith in my line to protect me as well. And it's also a running game. Tanner Foley and Ahmad Sabah did a very good job. So nothing really surprised me what happened in the game. Our game plan was pretty much what we've been practicing, for the entire year. So it was, pretty simple game plan that we, pretty much just executed.
Did you guys script out like the first 15 plays or something like that?
Just the first three.
First three, yep.
First three.
Yeah. We weren't sure what we were going to get, so we wanted to go 3, and then we thought if we had some success, we might repeat that.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, I really was impressed with, the fact that you hadn't played for so long, just the fact that your patience, your ability to create space, find time, and I felt that you were really seeing the field well. You were checking down, you were, looking for receivers and making good throws. What did you assess of his performance?
Same thing. I thought not having film prior to, so not knowing how their safety rotation was going to be, not knowing levels and depths of DBs to be able to say they're in this coverage. He was able to come off and communicate what coverage we were seeing, could see rotation and go through his reads and checks. And like you said, he had patience. Sometimes guys that haven't played in 4 years, that build up to that first game, there's so much excitement that you try to force things. And I thought Tyler did a good job being patient and waiting on things to come to us.
That first touchdown, how'd it feel?
It felt really good. It was a very hype moment, that's for sure.
Yeah, for sure. You just get that monkey off your back, get that first score. I'll tell you, we were all really, really, really fired up. So you hadn't played in a while, so Sunday you roll out of bed. How do you feel?
I was a little sore, but, it just comes with playing football. I remember feeling that in high school. So
I'd say overall, your guys actually, again, who haven't played, and some of these guys you've had around campus for a year, you guys have been hitting each other, but after, a full game, you guys came out in pretty good shape, huh?
Yeah, it was only 3 quarters, so
right,
maybe if we go for
true.
full, we'll be a little more sore.
Well, those who were at the game and anybody who's, in the area knows how hot it was. We were dying. I felt bad for you guys. The marching band. I thought we were going to have some casualties taking place as people were going to start peeling over, but we made it through. And again, for those that don't know, the game was canceled after 3 quarters due to lightning that came in, and then the rain came in pretty quickly. I know you were optimistic about wanting to see if you could finish the game, but that was answered pretty quickly. So you got to turn the page now. What are you looking forward to the most? You're going to be able to play your first road game, so you guys can see, and you're going up against a team that is not a club team, but an actual team that's been together for, I'm sure several years.
Yeah.
Wisconsin Lutheran is the opponent this Saturday.
I think there'll be a good test for us. I think we're going to prepare well this week to be able to be successful this Saturday. I think we're going to do a good job as a team.
All right. Well, this gentleman has got to go, but we want to put our hands together for Tyler Colca. Great performance. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Good luck the rest of the way. All right. So he was the offensive MVP. So did we say we wanted to get to the other guys too, right? Because of practice, or yeah. All right. So let's why don't we bring in our defensive MVP? His name is Tommy Lapin. Let's put our hands together for Tommy. 6 tackles, 2 for loss, and he was in on the safety.
Had the forced fumble on the safety.
Had the forced fumble on the safety, so that was good.
Sorry.
All right, man.
Safety
So
and
welcome to the show.
Thank you.
All right. So what was your first college football experience like?
It was pretty cool. It's a little different than playing on Fridays. It's a lot cooler when we play at 7 on Fridays, but it was good.
So talk about where you grew up and how you ended up, getting recruited here to play at LTU.
All right, well, I'm from Harlan, Michigan. It's about 40 minutes from here. I like playing football, and I actually contacted them, and yeah.
Did you?
Kind of went from there.
Well, all right. So we always tout. There's and coach all the coaches will tout this is that the recruit me button at the website ltuathletics.com. You go there, you find it says you click it, you send the coaches information about yourself. They'll take a look at it and maybe give you a call. And it's always good if you want to play college football. This is the best thing I think about what we got going on here at LTU is that we're giving an opportunity for these kids to not only get a great education, what you're going to learn, it's a great school, but you're also getting a chance to live the dream of playing at the next level, a dream that I was unfortunately not able to do, but I got injured. It is what it is. You were, of course. What did you think about the way this young man, as well as your defense, because it was pretty outstanding. I know that what was the fun fact he was giving us before the game, Johnny Heffron? You said you guys didn't start. You're what?
Oh, our field position. Yeah. Field position, we were in positive 43 average starting field position, so that's a huge testament to our defense and special teams. Keeping them pinned on their side of the field and putting us in good position, which has allowed us to offensively to put up 53 points.
-1 rushing yards is what their total was at the end of the day. Did you feel like you guys were, as the game progressed, did you guys feel like, you were getting better as the game went? I mean, kind of talk about, it's, again, one of those opportunities you're now as a unit. I mean, obviously it showed that you did, but talk about, from the leadership perspective and then what you were able to do, how the unit progressed during the game.
Yeah, I think after that first drive, everybody kind of settled in and all the nerves were kind of settled in and everybody got comfortable and we started figuring out their offense a little more and we just started playing better.
What do you think you guys have the most to learn right now from a defensive group? Because it's always about self-reflection,
Right.
We could talk about how great you played, and you played great. But, obviously there's a lot of areas that I know that he wants you guys to work on. But what do you think you guys need to work on right now?
Well, I think everybody's starting to learn the reads, and I think as we learn, we're just going to keep getting faster and faster. I know some of our reads, especially in the beginning of the game, were a little slower. But as the game progressed, they got a little faster, and I think they're going to continue to keep getting faster.
What surprised you the most about the way your defense played?
I think the way they were able to respond after the first couple series, like Tommy referenced, going into the game, obviously we didn't have film like you referenced earlier.
Yeah.
And I think from a defensive perspective, that's so much more difficult than an offensive perspective. So, you don't know what you're going to see. Motions, trades, zone read, RPO, quick passing game. We just didn't know. So the keys and the reads we were picking up as the game went on, and you could see us getting faster through that. So if we have the ability to introduce that throughout the week, which we will going forward as we have film, I think our defense will be spot on.
All right, I'm going to let you get to eat because I know you're ready. But let me ask you quickly: family, friends. Did you have some people who came to the game, and what was their thought about witnessing what took place?
Oh yeah, they were excited. I actually had a bunch of people coming to the game. My aunt came, and that was her first college football game, so that was cool. And my cousins came, and my girlfriend and her parents, so it was pretty cool.
I mean, how were you guys? Were you amazed at just how many people were there?
Yeah.
I felt the atmosphere, which I was unsure if we would.
We never had that many people in high school, and all the coaches told us there would be a ton of people there, especially for that first game.
Yeah.
And I looked up in the stands, and I was like, I thought there'd be more people, but then we went to the locker rooms, and there was just this line that went all the way back to the woods, and I was like, oh boy. It was good, though.
It was good stuff. It was very good stuff. Tommy Lapin, thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
We appreciate it. Good luck moving forward. All right, you can move down here.
Move down a little bit.
Yeah, we'll just get you set up here so we're not. We like each other, but come on now.
We need our space.
So again, we are live from Shields Pizza. This is the LTU Football Coaches Show. and we're going to be doing this all season long. I want to thank Shields Pizza for being such a generous host. Again, great food and drink specials. So if you want to come down, support Shields. Again, we're all about, kind of this. We've got this kind of Southfield thing going now. I mean, I think the city is feeling a real growth period. I think it's really establishing their own creation, and again, just having college football and you talk about the way you felt with the atmosphere of the game, getting out there, playing, the reaction, all of it.
The atmosphere was phenomenal. It was electric. I was excited to have a band. I haven't had a band in the past 6 years at the school I was at.
The band was great.
So to have that is cool. The community support is great. Everywhere I go, if I'm wearing LTU stuff, LTU's got football, and I think half those people came out to the game because there were people that had no association with anybody playing or going to school at LTU. They were just there to take in a college football game, on a Saturday afternoon, and I think we showed them it's a good form of entertainment.
Right. So I do want to mention the special teams player of the week was Brad Gibson. He had class tonight. He couldn't be here tonight. Otherwise, he would have joined us. So congratulations to Brad. You also had, which I think is really cool, your scout team MVP. So Ryan Crane was the defensive scout MVP this week. The offensive scout was Tanner Jeska. And the special team scout was Andrew Murda.
Yep.
Right?
Correct.
So congratulations to them. So you don't get a whole lot of time to think about it. We're in the throes of an actual season now, which is still weird for me to say.
Right.
And I'm sure it's kind of unusual for you. But it's game week.
Yeah.
And so we've got to now look ahead. And Wisconsin Lutheran is next on the schedule. What do you know about them? And I know that we'll probably be able to watch it via streaming. So what can we expect to see from that team?
Well, like you said, a lot less time to prepare. So, we went from preparing for 2 years for Oakland to preparing for 1 week for Wisconsin Lutheran. And that hit me Saturday night. I'm sitting at the house, and I'm like, man, we went from the longest preparation time to normal, but it's going to seem really short.
Yeah.
But, they're a fast physical team. On offense, they spread you out. They try to get a lot of screens to their backs and receivers, a lot of quick game passing stuff. They had a really successful passing game last week. They put up a lot of points, put up 30 points against Lake Forest. Quarterback, I think, threw 3 touchdowns and was over 200 yards. And then, defensively, they gave up 38 points, so they came up on the short end of the game. They're a 4-2 or a 4-4 defense, a lot of cover one, middle field close stuff. So,
do you like that?
Yeah, I do. I think it challenges our guys. Part I don't like about it is they load the box a little bit more, so it's a little more difficult to run. Being an ex-running back and an O-line coach, I want to run the ball.
Yeah.
Right. But we'll take what they give us. So if they force us to throw the ball like Oakland did, they loaded the box and they forced us to throw, and obviously we had some success doing that.
And I'd say you also had some real success running the ball, just moving the chains. First down, chunk yardage.
Yep.
Kind of like what we're hoping that Blunt is going to do for the Lions. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
First down, give us 3-4 yards, and set it up so they have to respect the run, whether or not, you know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah, I thought Coach Beckham did a good job calling that and keep it balanced. Ran it enough, even though they were giving us more of the pass. He ran it enough to keep them honest, like you said, and have that threat. I think this week going in, having a film and stuff, we can have a little bit better game plan and maybe script those first 15 as opposed to the first 3. But defensively and offensively, we're putting together a good game plan, and excited to see how it works out on Saturday.
Yeah, I am too. And, shout out to the coaching staff. This is, even though you've worked with some of these guys before, this was really your first time as a full unit.
Yeah.
Kind of talk about how that went and what your expectations were and how they lived up to them or not.
Right. Our staff is phenomenal. They put in a lot of work, a lot of hours. They do a great job of teaching our kids football and life. And they stayed really calm and collected on Saturday. we went down and scored the first drive. They came right back and scored, and there could have been, already some nitpicking and things like that.
Yeah.
But we just stayed on point and kind of made the corrections we needed to. There were there were quite a few penalties called, and no one really lost their head over that stuff. So,
there were
I thought they did
lots of penalties called.
There were, and
Yes.
so I thought we did a good job keeping composure, and just helping our kids bounce back from that stuff as well. Because when the coaches start flipping out, and the kids jump on board, if the coaches stay calm and collected, then the kids tend to as well.
Right. I want to make sure we keep the energy here. Shout out to our Blue Devil brothers. Where are they? Raise it up. Can I hear it? All right. There we go. Just making sure you guys are still alive. Appreciate that. Appreciate everybody being here. And again, we want this place filled. We want it just Blue Devil, just packed to the gills. So tell your friends, come out next Tuesday. They got some good food. Hey, man, how's the food, boys? All right? Oh, yeah. They're over here just slamming it down. So, exactly.
That's why they're quiet. It's too good.
Yeah, exactly. Pizza, wings, great deals. Again, beverages, come on down, have a good time. Shields Pizza every Tuesday night. So we're here. This is the LTU Coaches Show. We're not going to go too much longer, but I do want to talk about a couple other things. Number one is after the game. Just, tell us what you told the team. You guys, again, this has been on your radar for so long. What did you tell them, and talk about just the emotions that were happening?
Well, it was kind of a weird end, as we
it was.
know, right? So they sent us back to the locker room, and we're thinking we still have another quarter to play. So we're kind of prepping, getting ready. We're going over what we're going to call. And we had a lot of our subs in at that time, so we're just kind of going over our next game plan for that fourth quarter. And then I get a call from our AD, and he was talking to their team, and their team decided that they were fine with calling the game. And so I went in to talk to the team, told them, had good and bad news. Good news, we're undefeated since 1946 still.
That's right.
Bad news is
longest win streak ever.
We miss out on the fourth quarter.
Right.
So, our kids, after 2 years of waiting, they really wanted to play that fourth quarter. I know we wanted to coach that fourth quarter. But it's nice to have that W.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm sure, again, you guys, took your bond to a whole new level because now you've kind of been in the wars. You've done it now, and it becomes really a family at this point, especially now that school's in session. I mean, it's all routine now in reality.
Right.
You started with 45, is that right?
Yeah.
How many on this team are from that original 45?
I think we have about 34, 35 from the original.
So, for those guys, that have did nothing but just hearing you for the last year, it must be really extra special for them.
Yeah, I think they, like you said, they had the long-term vision. It's kind of a immediate gratification society today. So, to find 35, 18-year-old young men
willing to wait.
Yeah, that are willing to wait to play. No reward, just grinding day in, day out, trying to have faith in the vision and the belief of the program, and they did a phenomenal job. I was very proud of them for sticking through that and being able to come
seniors.
together. Yeah, exactly. Our 18-year-old seniors,
yes,
right? So.
Exactly. And again, what a unique position these guys are going to be in, where they are going to be the leaders for the next 4 years.
Right.
Obviously, you at some point. As all college programs do, you'll bring in guys that have college football experience. Yep. Transferring and those kind of things always takes place. But it's something about these original, these OGs right here that are going to, go down in history as again, your group, because
Exactly.
you've had a lot of stops,
Yep.
As a coach,
Yeah.
both as an assistant and as a head coach. But there's nothing that can compare to what you've done so far here.
Yeah, it's a completely different experience. You're never prepared for the next step in your professional career.
Right.
So when I went from a GA to a position coach, or a position coach to a coordinator, or coordinator to a head coach, there was always new learning experiences, but this one it takes the cake, right? You have to think of everything, and you have to be worried about every little detail of the program. So it's overwhelming but exciting.
Okay. All right. So this is unplanned, but I do want to do one thing because this guy does not get enough credit for what he's able to do for this program. So I want to bring John Heffron over to the mic. Come over to the stage, young man. You can do this. Come on over here. He's going to bring the other mic over here. Go on the other side there, my friend, so that we can introduce the people to who's the real brains behind what goes on with LTU football. And ladies and gentlemen, this is John Heffron. Put your hands together for him. So he is the football sports information director. His official title, also works with us at Yellow Flag, does all these amazing graphics that you see and posters and all that stuff. This is the man that is the vision, the creation behind all that. Now that you've got the first football game out of the way, because if you would have seen this guy, he's in the press box. He's trying to make everything work, and for the most part, everything worked. So, what was the most gratifying experience of getting through this weekend?
I would definitely say not only just seeing the win, but the fact we were sold out. We were over capacity, nearly 4,000 people. And seeing that, it really hit me, I think, Friday night before the game, where, everyone kept asking me, are you excited? Football's finally starting.
Yeah.
And my answer was always, oh, sure. I didn't really believe it until Friday night it hit me, and I was like, all right, we're actually in a game week right now. We're actually going to play tomorrow.
Right.
And for me, that was definitely the most gratifying part, seeing them run onto the field. And, I kept telling everyone, I'm waiting for the first hit. Just as a player, you want to see that first hit. That's where I was at.
I know. It was awesome. You have done an amazing job. Just the game notes that this man has put together is top notch. And I've worked with some other colleges, Oakland U, basketball and all of that, and these are as detailed. So I do want to make sure we give you props for the work that you do. The main thing is that is I hope you're having fun.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
This is, Coach Duvendeck here. I've gotten to work with a lot of coaches over the years.
Yeah, you have.
It's been a blast working with Coach Duvendeck. He's been great. And it's really made me feel part of the program, which is always nice.
All right, good deal. John, thank you. I know you didn't want to do this. Thanks for stopping by. We appreciate it.
Thank you, guys.
Yes, it's all good. Johnny Heffron, all right, you're going to see him all season long. He is the man behind the brains behind the brawn, as it were. So, all right, so we're going to wrap up the first podcast. Once again, the game is Wisconsin Lutheran, and it is this Saturday. It's a 1 o'clock kick, and that's Eastern time frame.
1 o'clock Central Time.
Oh, Central Time, all right, because you always get confused when you get to these the Midwest states. So 1 o'clock Central, so that will be 2 p.m. Eastern.
Yep.
You'll be able to check it out. I saw that John had it all laid out there. It's the Warriors Sports Network, so WLCsports.com will have the game, so you'll be able to check that out. We'll make sure that we stream all the home games this season. I'm sure next season we'll get to all of them. We'll have a team on the road. It was cool. So this was really neat and fun for all of us at State Champs. We've been kind of introduced. Oh yeah. I gotta pump that. There you go. Good man. So the host of the show telling another host to pump another show. I love it. So the Ltu Sports Report. And I gotta mention this for those. I gotta tell you, I was really upset yesterday, or actually on Sunday, when we found out that the Tigers preempted our original debut, because the Ltu Sports Report, which is the television show which covers all LTU athletics, not just football. It's a half-hour show. It's going to air all week, all school year long, 22 weeks. We got 10 weeks here in the fall. Debuted at 11 p.m. last night, but you can catch it right now at LTUathletics.com and Yellow Flag, YouTube, State Champs, YouTube, all that stuff. LTU Sports Report has its own YouTube page. What did you think? Did you watch the show?
I didn't.
You
catch
did not
it
watch the show. See, that's all right. You got to catch up. We're live here.
I had to get some sleep.
Absolutely. But Gabe O'Neill is here. Did a great job. Kira Hay, my co-host with State Champs, co-host with Gabe. You got to make sure you check it out every Monday at 4:30. And I think it's something that is really putting LTU on the map in a whole different way. And it's going to be really great all year long. So make sure you follow that. Follow LTU Athletics Follow LTU football, share it. Let's kind of get this blue wave going. And Coach, we're excited about the season. I'm glad it began. It was an awesome start. Don't blow it. And lose.
Appreciate the vote of confidence.
Get crushed on Saturday.
You're so good at putting pressure on me.
Yeah, I
appreciate
know.
that.
Well, you got to do that. You just got to do that. I think you guys are going to do great. It's going to be fantastic for the boys that are here. Good luck. And we will see you guys next week, once again, every Tuesday right here at Shields Pizza, 7 o'clock. It is the LTU Coaches Show. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you, Coach Duvendeck. Thank you, Shields Pizza. We'll see you next week. Go Blue Devils.